You are listening to the Narco Picnic Podcast with your host, Joel Goralski.
Woo! Whoa. Buenos dias. Good Sunday morning from Bucerias. I've kind of made my mic so I have a little bit of a deeper voice so I can sound a little more professional. On the first official Narco Picnic Podcast, welcome. Welcome to our show. Anyways, we got a guest, and I was kind of leading up to this and saying, I got a pretty famous guy, pretty cool guy. We're going to get on the first Narco Picnic Podcast. So I'm going to just, I'm going to find him here. He's down here. I'm going to add him to the show. And I think most of you are going to recognize him. He's definitely got a lot more followers than I do. And but for those of you, or for those that maybe don't know you, let us know your name.
Hello, welcome. William is my name. William Taudien from Sweden.
From Sweden, where all the women are beautiful, right? Is it like 99%? Yeah, isn't that something? So how did the Swedes get these genes that just make you guys so good looking?
Well, I heard a theory actually that the Vikings back in the day went all around Europe and took all the pretty women and brought them back to Sweden.
So that's the theory. I mean, that could have a little truth to it. I'm Polish Ukrainian, so I'm kind of a little bit more gruff. My name Goralski literally means mountain man.
Goralski.
Yeah, I'm a Goralski. I kind of like probably clubbed my woman over the head and just dragged her home. And I'm kidding. We didn't do that back in Poland. We did nice dancing and we serenaded our ladies. We weren't cavemen, but I was a mountain man.
So have you lived in Poland or no?
No, it's my family, like my mom and dad were born in Canada. My dad's parents were born in both Ukraine and Poland and escaped just before World War II and all that shit went down. So they kind of got out of Dodge. And then on my mom's side, they were her father came really at a young age, and they were pioneers. Back in the day, their family got land at a place called Vida, Manitoba, and basically became farmers. Lived a really, really hard life, but
Manitoba, where is that?
It's in the geographical center of Canada. So it's smack dab in the middle of Canada. And as a matter of fact, my first house I bought was in a place called Landmark, and I lived on the geographical center of Canada for a couple of years.
I've heard it's really cold there. Like when I've traveled, I talked to people that were from the center of Canada. Saskatoon. I met a couple of people from Saskatoon. They said it could be minus 50 Celsius there.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know how many Fahrenheit that is. Maybe like minus 20 Fahrenheit or so, or maybe even more.
Yeah, it kind of comes to a point where they even out, and then Celsius becomes more than Fahrenheit, and vice versa. I don't know. I should know that as a Canadian, but I don't. Saskatooners, like usually when I meet someone from Saskatoon or Regina, I apologize. I'm sorry to hear that. And sometimes they'll look at me kind of like, what? Like, what's wrong with you, bro? I'm like, well, because I'm from Winnipeg. So Winnipeg is kind of along the same lines that it's kind of we all kind of left there. But at the end of the day, they're beautiful places. And I actually miss certain things about living in Winnipeg, mostly the lakes, because the summer right now is beautiful.
It's a good time to visit. I've never been to Canada, actually. I've been thinking about going. But I've never been. I'd like to see all those blue lakes.
Well, you should do it because you're banned from the United States, aren't you?
Well, kind of, or maybe.
Maybe you haven't figured that one out.
I haven't tried to go back since 2019. So.
Well, tell us that story. Tell us that story. That's.
Oh yeah, I told you about that earlier. I can tell the story again, but yeah. So I was going to college there, 2009 to 2015, I think, and I had a student visa, and then I worked there for an oil company for a year after on a work visa called OPT.
Okay.
And that's only for 1 year. And after that year, if you don't get another work visa, then you have to figure out your visa situation another way. And I didn't get my work visa extended because this oil company I was working for, they stopped sponsoring visas. I think it was in 2014, 2015. The oil price dropped to like $25 a barrel.
Yeah, it was blood on the
So they had
streets.
big layoffs. And then, yeah, I left from the US because I didn't have any options. Started traveling around, and then I tried to go back in 2019 on a tourist visa. But then when I came to Los Angeles, they looked at my passport and I had 30 something stamps from around the world. And they were wondering what I was going to do there. It's a long story, but for some reason they didn't let me back in, and well, sent me back to Sweden.
Did you just meet one of those border guys who was just having a bad day and he just picked you, or what?
I think so, yeah.
And but literally,
That was
didn't they
really
kind of
weird.
like throw you in jail, like not behind
Well,
bars, but like they locked you up in the airport?
yeah, I was in the airport for like two days. Just sat there, and they would come and have an interview, ask me some more questions. Why have you traveled so much? Blah blah blah. What are you gonna do here? Are you gonna try to work illegally? All this stuff.
So did they do the good cop bad cop on you, where like one guy came and like kind of like beat you down, and another guy came and brought you some Cheerios, or like what happened there, or was it just like one bad
Well,
dude?
that was me. I sat inside. Was me and another guy from Germany and a couple of Chinese people, some Mexican people too. And this other guy from Germany, he had brought a guitar with him, and they thought that he was gonna try to play the guitar in Los Angeles to make some money, and that was the reason for sending him back to Germany and
So
didn't
they,
let him come in.
oh
So
my god, so they deported him as well because he had a guitar.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, everybody, leave your guitar at home. Okay, like don't take your guitar to Los
Um,
Angeles because that could lead to trouble. Oh
But
my.
after this, I actually a lot of people messaged me after this and said, "Yeah, same thing happened to me. They had no reason. I don't know why this happened." And blah blah blah. Like I guess maybe bad luck for people, especially I think a lot of people they fly into Los Angeles and they want to try to do something, make money, you know.
Right, like become a
But I
star.
was not trying to do that. I wanted to travel there and then go visit some friends in Texas, and I never planned on working there, you know. But I don't know. That's what they thought. Maybe I was trying to do because I don't know.
So, and did they say like now you're banned, or you just haven't tried to come back in since that unfortunate experience?
Well, there's something called ESTA. That's a tourist visa in the
Mm.
U.S. And if you're removed from that, then I don't know. I don't think you can get it again. So I haven't tried. And yeah, I haven't really been wanting to try since that happened either. Since I was there, I saw most places I wanted to see. I went to most of the states in the southern part of the U.S., some on the east coast also. So
That's just kind of bonkers. And but now you have an actual reason to bypass the U.S. and go visit Canada. You
yeah,
you got to go to Alberta for sure. That's where Jillian and I lived, and our kids were born. The Rocky Mountains, basically. So, and were you ever in Colorado?
yeah, I was in Colorado,
Yeah. So
Utah, Colorado, New Mexico.
yeah, Alberta's kind of like the Colorado of Canada, right? So we're in the same mountain range, but we tend to think that our mountains are a little bit more beautiful. Lake Louise and Banff. You go up to the Ice Park Highway. It's pretty cool. Pretty special in the summer. Pretty nice in the winter too, if you're
Yeah.
into winter sports. But I'm a little fragile now, so I don't like the cold anymore after living in Mexico for
Me
almost
neither.
11 years. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I've been escaping from Sweden since 2015 or like 2009.
2009. So
Yeah.
how did your YouTube journey? How did your YouTube journey begin?
Um,
Like, did you wake up one day and just said, "I'm going to be a YouTuber"? That
no, I did see, like, actually, I was watching YouTube and it seemed like people that were doing YouTube had a lot of freedom to travel and go to cool places, and I didn't know how. So I started trying. Actually, I've been in Australia uh, working there. I had a working holiday visa, is what
yeah.
it's called. So I've been working there and saved up some money, and then I bought a camera and thought I would go traveling a bit and try YouTube. So just started recording everything
And that was
after that.
in 2019.
Um, I can't remember when it was.
But us,
Oh, it was before. No, no, that was before. It must have been 2017,
oh, okay.
2018 maybe. But I didn't have nothing worked. I was trying for a while.
So you would just like publish stuff and you get like 2 views and all from your family.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I
they'd say,
remember I
good,
had
good
like,
job. Give you the heart.
yeah, but not even my family. Not
Not
even
even
my
your
family.
family watched you? William, what's going on?
My mom was
Okay.
watching.
Okay.
She's been supportive, but
Very nice of your mother.
yeah.
So tell us about growing up in Sweden. How was that?
Um, Cold, but I didn't think about it at the time because
Yeah.
I hadn't seen anything else.
And that's all you knew.
Yeah. And then I came to Texas in 2009, and it opened up my mind to the
Yeah.
world. You could be in places with better climate.
Yeah. And in
And then
Texas
when I
you went
left,
to university there, correct?
yeah, Texas State University.
Cool. What did you graduate
Yeah,
with?
graphic design.
Okay. So has that been a big
Uh,
help in your YouTube journey, like being able to kind
it
of
has helped me, yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
So you're a
To make
creative, aren't you? Like I see that you enjoy thinking about the shots. You enjoy sometimes doing some acting in your videos. You put a lot of work and thought into like shot setups and your down to your thumbnails, which I think is also super important to grab that attention. So did that all that kind of help as well?
yeah. Yeah, I do like that, to do that, but I've been a little bit lazy in the recent
Oh, is that right?
year or so. Like, but sometimes it depends. Like some days I decide today I'm gonna make a really good video and put in the effort.
Yeah.
But it has helped. Yeah, maybe not that part. More like making thumbnails, for example.
Hmm.
It's like has to do with graphic design. Um,
Well,
yeah,
it's
but the video recording not so much. Yeah.
like on the recording side, you've kind of transitioned a little more to just getting it done, shoot the
Yeah, well, I
experience.
think it is because I bought this GoPro here,
Yeah,
and that it's like so convenient. It's so
yeah,
small and it's so easy. So I become like um comfortable with just using this instead of this camera. I used to put this on my
right,
tripod,
yeah,
and I would carry this huge tripod. I still do sometimes, but sometimes I'm a bit lazy, and I think that's the difference between if you get some great shots or not. Like just a GoPro is a bit harder to make good videos
yeah, yeah. No,
with it.
I just actually bought the same one because NJ, my son, is my camera guy and he does all my editing. But he's actually on his way back from Japan right now,
Oh,
so
cool.
back to Canada. But he's not here to shoot. So I bought this GoPro because he took the GoPro with him. And yeah, I've been just walking around with it. So it's been pretty easy. Like I've shot like 10 videos that still have to be produced and edited.
Yeah,
It's 'cause
yeah, it's very
it's
easy.
really easy to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
them, but then it's hard
yeah,
to
yeah,
like get them done, like the editing part, right? So
yeah, yeah. It's so easy. Like you just click. With this one, you don't even have to. Like you press one button and it turns on, starts
yeah,
recording right away.
there you go. Hey, you're recording me.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to
recording.
send me that clip. We'll put it in.
Okay, I will.
So what was the first video that like really caught fire? Like what changed from like
Um,
all of a sudden your 3 views to all of a sudden bang you hit something? What generated that?
well, it started happening a little bit when I lived in Greece
Oh,
for a
okay.
bit. Made some videos there. I started just making more videos more often, more quantity.
Yeah,
And also I went to Santorini in Greece, which is a popular travel destination.
yeah,
And that got a little bit of views, I think, from search results, like popular travel destinations. If you make a good video in a popular travel destination, you can always hit some search results because
Yeah.
a lot of people are searching for it, especially in the summertime when a lot more people are trying to go there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the video at the time, I'd made so many videos in the past, so I'd also learned how to make better videos. So I think not only that, but also that I had learned to make better videos over time, just practice and practice and practice. But then, really, when I came to Mexico, that was really it.
That kind of
Like
like set,
Cancun.
yeah.
What
That's set.
when I started, sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry, because sometimes we get
Yeah,
this delay here, and then
yeah, I
yeah,
think my Wi-Fi is not so
yeah,
good here.
yeah,
Yeah, when I came to Cancun, I started making videos in Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and those are also the same thing there, like search results, really popular among Canadians and Americans because it's so close by. One flight and you can already be there, and so many people are searching for them. And at that time, I'd also learned to make better videos, and I was using my drone, some good music, and a bit good information for somebody that wanted to go there.
yeah.
And that's when it started to work out
No, that's
more.
awesome. I think that's how I found you as well, because we started. Like, I started the channel during COVID, and I think COVID had something to do with this as well, because especially people in Canada and the States, again, Mexico was so close, and people were like, I got to get out of here. I've been kind of like locked up for 2 years. Or if this happens
Yeah,
again, I've got to find a place that I can leave and not be stuck in this cold, country, locked up because of, some government lockdowns, that kind of thing. So I think Mexico
yeah,
really hit the map for a lot of people, and a lot of YouTubers, got a lot of success from Mexico during that time, I think, as well. And then add
yeah,
that you were actually doing quality videos and hitting all those those top
yeah.
search items. Yeah, that
Yeah, it's a really, really great place to make videos in Mexico.
it is pretty
Big
easy, isn't
interest.
it? Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people have a genuine interest in it.
yeah,
I feel like got comments in the past that a lot of people want to go to retire there,
yeah.
Americans and Canadians, and they want to see what the different cities look like.
And did you find that, like, when you left Mexico, that your viewership went down because people like get back to Mexico? Like, they want, like, either they want to see you in
Um,
Mexico or YouTube wants to see you back in Mexico, because that's where YouTube wants you, because you get most of your views
yeah,
there.
it did go down, but it also depended on where I went. If I
Yeah,
went to another popular destination that people had interest in, then it was working also. But certain countries I feel like do better than others, especially if you do travel videos.
right. Like this last set, Thailand and Vietnam, and now you're in Bali.
Yeah, I went to Bali for a
Yeah.
bit. uh,
And so how's that?
uh,
How's this whole circuit been?
you mean in terms of the viewership,
Yeah,
or?
yeah. Well, no, just like your travel experience in Asia and the viewership. You're laughing. So is it? I take it has been good,
Yeah,
or what?
yeah, yeah, it's been good. I've been, I think, a couple of times in Thailand before.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I like Southeast Asia.
yeah,
Like, it's a good area to be. Really nice beaches, affordable, good food, just in general. Easy flight connection or good flight connections from big airports
yeah,
like Bangkok, Singapore have good flight connections.
yeah. Basically, you can get in and out of anywhere. Jillian and I were there 2 years ago. We went to Bangkok. And then from there,
Mm.
we went to Vietnam, we went to Phuket, and we were like, man, we need like 2 more months here, because there's all these other places we'd love to hit. But it was
Yeah.
easy. Like, anytime we flew, it was like an hour and a half flight, or it was under 2 hours, right? Like, to basically
Yeah,
get anywhere.
it's really easy to fly around Southeast Asia.
And cheap on
I
that
like it.
AirAsia app or whatever. We would
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fly to Vietnam for like $30 or something. It was pretty incredible.
Yeah, really affordable.
Hmm.
And some of the nicest places in the world, I
Yeah.
believe. Like Philippines, Indonesia. I think some of the nicest places I've seen in the world.
No, that's awesome. And it reminds me a little of Mexico, especially Thailand, like Bangkok.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
like a lot of similarities. But
Yeah.
we did a food tour in Bangkok, and it was pretty interesting to discover that the majority of all the spices and all those curries, they all come from Mexico. So that was because
Really?
of the Portuguese trade, actually. So the Portuguese were responsible for basically Thai curry. They're the ones
Cool.
that introduced the spices from their journeys to Mexico. And they brought it all the way to Southeast
Cool.
Asia. Yeah, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought that had to have been there for thousands of years, but no, that wasn't the case. I guess their food was pretty bland. And the Portuguese were like, no, you got to spice it up a bit. So then, they figured out how to make curry. So go figure.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
pretty-
know that.
Yeah. Unless the guy was just telling me a line, but it does make sense, right? Like all this, a lot of this stuff just. Did you, when you were in Mexico City, did you go to the big market, the big covered market, like with all the, like basically you can get anything in the world that's in this market, but just.
I don't think. No, actually,
Okay.
I was never in Mexico City,
Oh,
really. Just
you
a
weren't?
day.
Okay, oh, just the
I
day.
have been there, but I just stayed for a day because I had a flight somewhere. But yeah, I haven't spent much time in Mexico City, actually.
Oh, you're gonna
I
have to.
might. Yeah,
On that
it's like
note,
20 million people or something, right?
well, yeah, I think like in the center it's close to like 12 million, and then you kind of go out a little bit to the suburbs, and it's like 20, and then you kind of go to the the additional suburbs, and it's like 30. Like in the whole greater Mexico City area, it's like something like 40 million people. It's more people in that concentrated area than all of Canada.
Oh wow.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So
I think
when are you coming
Tokyo.
back? When are you coming back to Mexico?
Well, I've been thinking about it, as you know.
Yeah, I know.
I will come.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if we should reveal where I'm going.
okay. Well,
Should I go to Mexico or should I go somewhere else? I
yeah.
don't know.
Comment below, everybody. Should we get William back to Mexico? I think we should. Him and I have had some chats offline about it and trying to get him to think about it. But maybe I got to come to Sweden and just. Well, here's the thing. If I ever run into you somewhere in like a random country, then you have no choice. That'll have to be fate.
Yeah.
All right. So
It would be
we'll bring you back
for
to
sure.
Mexico. Well, I think we're going to go to our little game show. We're going to throw in a little game show on the Narco Picnic Podcast. It's called Plata o Plomo.
Cool.
And everybody, here's
What does that mean?
Plata is silver and Plomo means lead. And I'm going to just play a little intro into it, and it's going to kind of all come down together and make sense for you all in a second.
Señores, les voy a decir quién soy. Yo soy Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria. Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo. Menos. Listo, pues.
All right, for all you Narcos fans, that was the episode where they really introduced Pablo Escobar. And I don't know if you remember, but he encountered these army guys or army police guys, and they wanted to arrest him. And he basically tuned them in and said, "Listen, this is who I am, and you got two choices. You can take the plata, which is the silver, or you can take the plomo, which is the lead." And the cops, they decided to take the plata. Anyways, the game show is called Plata o Plomo. We're going to give away a total of $2,000 worth of vacation credit to be used at maravillanairit.com. And the two places where you can use it are at Casa Victoria and also Casa Familia. And unit number 9 at Cuatro Estaciones. So those are available for those credits. I'm going to give away two $500 ones to start. And it's going to be based on a little bit of trivia. And then for the final, I think, William, why don't we have you give away the $1,000? But I'm not going to reveal what I'm thinking because people can start thinking about it now. But I'm just
Okay. So,
but I'll so the first one here is, and this is for $500. Okay, and it's one of my favorite movies of all times. It's not specifically narco related, but there's definitely narcos in it. And the line in the show was, "What is no country that I ever heard of?" What movie did that come from? What is no country that I've ever heard of? And if you guess correctly, the first person who guesses correctly wins $500 in vacation credit. All you got to do is comment on the video, okay, with the right answer, and you win $500. And like we always do, okay, guys, everyone who gets all the answers right, even if you're in second place or third place or 100th place, we're going to put you all in a bonus draw for another $500. How does that sound, William? Like all you got to do is just put the right answers in place, and
you have nothing to lose.
And
right?
you got nothing to lose. Okay, I'm going to move on to the second one here. This one I'm actually going to pull up a scene, and we're going to go back. I'm going to go back to the original Narcos because that's where everyone got hooked on the original Narcos with Pablo Escobar. I wouldn't say he was the original narco of all times, but he's kind of like one of the famous guys. And I'm going to play a scene here. So what you got to guess?
This guy's trying to take my phone.
See,
Do you know where in Mexico was that supposed to take place at?
Well, it was in Colombia.
I was in Colombia.
Yeah, Pablo was Colombia.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm going to play this little clip, and what you guys got to guess is what episode of Narcos did this take place? So season and episode. Here we go.
Lo que les estoy proponiendo en este momento, señores, es que formemos una organización. Que unamos nuestros recursos para entrenar soldados, para intercambiar conocimientos y para comprar información. Y para que quede muy claro, vamos a llamar nuestro grupo Muerte a Secuestradores. ¿Qué propongo?
All right, there's your hint, everybody. So what season and what episode was that clip from? If you guess below, the first person who guesses below correctly gets $500. Everyone else, you got to guess below as well, because if you get all three guesses correct today, we're going to put you in a bonus draw for $500. And we'll $500 in vacation credit. So I was thinking, William, the last one, why don't we do for $1,000? Why don't you come up with your most memorable episode, or I don't know, come up with something where someone has to guess the title of one of your videos.
The title, okay. There was one time in Mexico, I did a double flip from a wall into a swimming pool. And got kicked out by the police, the Mexican police, kicked out of the swimming pool.
So they actually called the police
by
on
the
you?
Mexican police. Well, I don't know if he was there, but maybe he heard the splash or.
And were you a guest at the hotel?
I did stay at the hotel,
okay.
yeah.
And they kicked you out of the hotel and the pool, or just the pool?
No, not the hotel, just the pool.
Just the pool.
He just told me. I don't know. It might have been that it was too late at night, but still, he came and.
And you got that all on video?
Yeah, I do have it on video.
That's funny. So everybody, you got to guess the title of that video and the date. So the title of the video and the date. And if you're the first person who gets that correctly, they win $1,000 of vacation credit to be used at maravillaNayarit.com. And everyone else will be entered into the bonus draw for an additional $500. So we're going to give away $2,500 in vacation credit from this video. That's pretty cool. What do you think, William?
Yeah, really great.
All right. And
very good thing to do.
So, well, you got 110,000. What do you got? 110,000 subscribers now? I was just kind of looking.
103, I think.
Oh, 103. So you're on your way to 110.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's been going a bit. No, 104.
Oh, 104. Look at that. Bang. Yeah, when I was with moving to Mexi.co, I don't know, left just before we got it to close to 20,000, which was kind of a nice number. It was kind of a little bit of a sweet spot. And NJ and I are almost at 4,000 right now. It's been a little bit of a struggle to kind of break back in. It's almost like people are still watching the old channel, and they're like, well, I'll just watch the old channel. Or they don't know that I've left completely either, so they think I'm still there. But anyways, maybe this podcast will help rocket us over 10,000. Our goal was to get to 20,000 again by the end of the year. I don't know if we'll do it, but maybe.
I hope so. Yeah. 10,000 for Bucerias Joel.
Hey, thanks there, bud. Otherwise, I get the Plomo.
Say hello to my little friend.
Okay, well, there's a bonus for someone for a BC Boosterias T-shirt. Who's the actor, both the character and the actual actor who was famous for that line and that gunshot? One of the original Narcos before Narcos was even a concept for Netflix. Well, thanks for coming on the show. I don't know how we're 30 minutes into it. I think that's been good, and I know it's getting late for you, so I don't want to take too much of your time. But it was
all good.
No
worries.
But it was nice to learn a little bit more about you, and we'd love to have you back in Mexico. So maybe you and I can talk about that and see if we can make a trip for you in the near future. And for those of you who are watching, comment below. If you want William back in Mexico, you got to demand it right here, right now. And maybe...
Where should I go? Where in Mexico? Should I go to Boosterias or where should I go?
Yeah, let him know. Number one, do you want him back in Mexico? And number two, what destination should be his first destination to visit? And
I've been all over.
You've been all over, except Mexico City, man. We got to get you to Mexico City.
Yeah, except for I've been all along the coastlines.
Yeah. Mostly
east and west, all the way up to Cabo. Actually, I haven't been to Chiapas. I kind of want to go to Chiapas to see the waterfalls there.
That's on my list. And we were just in Oaxaca 3 weeks ago now. Time is flying. And I was blown away. Oaxaca was super cool. Did you go to Oaxaca?
Really? Yeah. Okay. I traveled along the coast there, Puerto Escondido, Huatulco.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Huatulco. Yeah.
What else in Oaxaca? I can't remember. Mazunte also. Okay. Mazunte, really incredible place.
And did you come up from the coast into inland to Oaxaca City?
No, I didn't go inland.
Yeah, you got
only the coast.
You got to go to Oaxaca City, and they got some. They got this one hotel with a really nice pool, so you can do some pool tricks.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd even probably let you stay there for free just to promote the hotel. It's probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever stayed in my life.
What is it called?
It is, oh my gosh, it's just leaving me. It is the Real. Hold on. Okay, now I've got to Google it here. Everyone's got to be patient with me. I should know this because it was definitely one of the most beautiful hotels I've ever stayed at. Oaxaca Real Hotel. Let me just see here. Where is it?
Yeah, Oaxaca. It's really incredible.
It is a pretty I'm just kind of wasting everyone's time looking for this, but I'll post it in the comments below along with a link to the because it's still the morning. I haven't had my second cup of coffee here, so I'm still my mind isn't completely firing on all 10 cylinders yet. All right, so
did you have
hey?
Did you have breakfast though, or no breakfast?
No breakfast yet. I just had coffee, but I did have some milk in it. So, but I am.
It's hard to think sometimes if you haven't had anything to eat for a while.
Yeah, I'm.
It's
really,
hard to.
I'm really.
I can feel it now.
You can feel it now.
Yeah, I feel it a bit.
But what time is it for you now?
11 p.m.
Oh, okay. It's only 2 hours, right? It's 2 hours.
Gotta eat something maybe. Some chips. Maybe.
But you haven't been able to find any quesadillas there or fajitas.
No, actually not. I was thinking about the other day. I actually do miss the food in Mexico. Yeah. Fajita, chicken fajita.
The chicken fajita.
It's nice.
So will that be the first thing you eat when you come back to Mexico? A chicken fajita?
Probably so. I think, yeah. And there's some kind of chips. I can't remember what they're called. This green bag of chips.
Oh yeah,
that really the best chips I've had in the world.
Oh, that's interesting.
Let's see it. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Let's find it.
Yeah, you gotta let us know that.
Yeah, really good from Oxo.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was like one of those prepackaged. Tacos, taquito. No.
No. I can't remember.
All right. Well, if someone could help us
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Maybe someone could figure it out as a green bag of chips you can buy it at Oxo. Takis. Are they takis?
Jalapeno something.
Jalapeno but like chips.
Yeah, actual chips.
Okay. Awesome.
I can't remember.
All right, man. That's our cue. We're getting musiced out,
right.
William. We're gonna have to
right.
We're gonna have to get together again. Maybe we'll get you back on a follow-up podcast. I know this was just,
Yeah, sure.
and I really appreciate you making time to visit with us on this first Narco Picnic podcast. What did you think?
Yeah, that was great.
Right on.
It was great. Yeah.
All right,
I
my
feel
friend.
Yeah. No, it was great. I liked it. Yeah.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Adios.
Okay. Adios, amigo.